Stop for a second and think about how much of your life is shaped by other people's opinions. How you dress, what you say, even the career moves you make. So much of it is influenced by the silent question in the back of your mind: what will they think of me? The problem is, when your life revolves around this question, you're no longer living your own life. You're living the life others expect of you. And that's one of the most common reasons people feel unfulfilled, stuck, or invisible. If you've ever wondered why you're not moving forward, here's the truth. It's because you're carrying the heavy burden of other people's expectations. When you're attached to what others think, you end up stuck in a cage of approval. You make decisions based not on what you want, but on what you believe will make you look good in someone else's eyes. It's a trap that turns you into a people-pleasing version of yourself, constantly performing, constantly editing, constantly shrinking. The irony is that no matter how hard you try, you'll never fully win everyone's approval. People will always have something to say. So why waste your limited energy chasing something impossible? Being yourself is the only path to anything truly meaningful. Think about it this way: a tree doesn't try to impress the other trees. It doesn't wonder if its branches are growing at the right angle or if its shade is popular. It just grows, and in doing so, it produces fruit and oxygen, things that make life possible. The tree's usefulness comes not from trying to please, but simply from being what it is. The same is true for you. The value you bring to the world comes naturally when you're fully yourself. But let's be honest, being yourself is not easy. It requires you to take risks. To be yourself, you have to be willing to disappoint people. You have to be willing to break their expectations. You have to be willing to deal with criticism and rejection. And that's exactly why so many people avoid it. They settle for being the version of themselves that fits in neatly with everyone else's idea of who they should be. Safe? Maybe, but authentic? Not at all. The problem with depending on approval is that it creates fake security. If your sense of safety rests on pleasing others, then you're always one disagreement or one disappointment away from losing it. It's like living in a prison. Sure, the walls protect you, but they also confine you. You might feel secure, but you're not free. And what's the point of securing a life you don't even want to live? Real security doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from producing something of genuine value. Imagine you're selling water in a desert. Do you think people care about your hairstyle, your social status, or your reputation? No, they care about the water. When you focus on building something meaningful, whether that's a skill, a product, or simply living with integrity, other people's opinions start to lose their grip. Your value speaks louder than their judgments. This doesn't mean you ignore everyone entirely. It means you stop letting approval be the foundation of your identity. Approval can be nice, but it should never be necessary. When it becomes necessary, you've handed over your freedom. You've let someone else's opinion dictate your worth. And the more you do that, the further you drift from your real self. Ask yourself, are your decisions truly yours, or just an attempt to escape judgment? How many opportunities have you let pass by because you feared disapproval? How much of your personality have you watered down so others would accept you? If you're honest, the answer is probably a lot. And that's okay. It's part of being human. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. You either keep living in that prison, or you decide it's time to break free. Breaking free starts with small acts of courage. Say the thing you believe, even if it's unpopular. Make the decision you know is right for you, even if others don't get it. Take a risk that might invite criticism. These aren't just rebellious gestures. They're proof to yourself that you can survive without everyone's approval. Each time you choose authenticity over approval, you chip away at the walls of that prison. The truth is, people are going to judge you no matter what. If you play it safe, they'll call you boring. If you stand out, they'll call you arrogant. If you succeed, they'll call you lucky. If you fail, they'll call you foolish. You can't win the game of approval, so stop playing it. Instead, play the game of authenticity. In that game, the only score that matters is whether or not you're being true to yourself. Here's the paradox. The less you care about being liked, the more people are drawn to you. Why? Because authenticity is magnetic. When you're unapologetically yourself, you give others permission to do the same. Your courage inspires them. Your honesty resonates with them. You become useful in the same way the tree is useful, not by trying, but simply by being. So here's the challenge. Stop caring so much about what people think. Care about who you are becoming. Care about the value you create. Care about living a life that feels real. Approval fades. Trends change. Opinions shift. But the freedom that comes from being yourself, that's something no one can take away. And that's the only approval you'll ever really need. If you found this video meaningful and interesting, drop a comment below and share your experience. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find this content useful. And as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.